Hello everybody, welcome to an unboxing video. And in this video today we are going to be taking a look at Thomas and the Magic Railroad on Blu-ray. Now if you see on screen, it ain't the Blu-ray copy. I thought I would show you guys the DVD copy of the film first before I get into the Blu-ray copy. And of course the film's history. As you may know, the film was released on July 14th, 2000 in the UK, and later on July 26, 2000 in the US in theaters. Unfortunately, it did not do very well successfully at the box office, but that's okay, even though it probably could have killed the whole franchise of the film. And of course, later on October 31st, 2000, the film was later released on DVD and VHS in both US and Canada. And when I show you the Blu-ray after this copy, it came out on September 29th, 2020 for the film's 20th anniversary. But anyways, that's your history. Let's take a look at the DVD copy. Thomas in his first movie, with Peter Fonda, Mara Wilson, and Alec Baldwin at the top there. Diesel 10 with his gigantic size claw chasing after Thomas, and Thomas looking really quite surprised, running away from Diesel 10. Peter Fonda and Mara Wilson as Burnett Stone and Lily. The world's favorite train in his first magical movie adventure. Alec Baldwin as Mr. Conductor. And here's the title, Thomas and the Magic Railroad. And it's text at the bottom in French Canadian. The spine, the camera can focus. The Alliance logo, which is the distributor for Canada. The English title for Magic Railroad at the top. Portrait of Thomas from the front there. And the French-Canadian title of the film. Number product at the bottom there. There's your blurb about the film, either in English or French-Canadian. Screenshots or promo shots of Alec Baldwin and Peter Fonda as their characters on the sets. Promotional shot of Diesel 10 and Thomas there. Of course, Diesel 10 trying to threaten Thomas in this promo shot here. Cast and crew members. Legalese and such at the bottom. Rated G in Canada, and of course in the US as well. Pop this open. The film does not come with any inserts. And here's the disc, shot of Thomas pulling the mail train. This artwork as we've seen on the first US teaser poster of the film. And of course the title in English or French Canadian. And the Alliance logo either normal or the DVD. So that's your history and close-up look there for the Canadian DVD copy of Magic Railroad. We'll move that out of the shot here. Now before I show you guys the Blu-ray copy of this film, I was quite surprised after I got home from a meeting back in March of 2020. I noticed the image of it on the Wikia fandom, and I wasn't sure if that was real or not, but when I looked on the Magic Railroad Wikipedia and the Wiki fandom, it was really real. And then, since this is the first copy I've owned from Shout Factory, and when I saw the trailer and other stuff for the film, I was really excited and so pumped. So for anybody who's out there who's watching this, here's the Blu-ray copy of Thomas and the Magic Railroad, 20th Anniversary Edition. Anyways, let's take a look at this here before I unbox this. The Blu-ray disc, 20th anniversary edition, Blu-ray plus DVD. There's your human characters, Peter Fonda, Mara Wilson, and Alec Baldwin at the top. Of course with their names underneath them. Thomas and the Magic Railroad and a new text font there. Thomas and Lady at the bottom there. First time on Blu-ray. Includes new interviews and deleted storyline scenes. Ooh. That means the director's cut, everybody. See if I can get this focused. If you guys can see it, the Blu-ray logo and the DVD logo are at the top. 2-disc set. Thomas and the Magic Railroad and its new font on the spine there. Thomas from the front, at the bottom. Shout Factory Kids. Love this logo. SDH. Product number at the bottom. Here's the back. Ride the Rails to Adventure. Includes Blu-ray and DVD discs in this copy. There's your blurb about the film there. You can pause and read it if you want. And there's Alec Baldwin as Mr. Conductor looking out of Thomas's cab there. Special features. You can pause and read that if you want as well. Cast and crew. And your legalese and stuff at the bottom. And in widescreen. Can't wait to watch this again in that format. Okay, now that we got that cleared, let's go ahead and start to open this, everybody. Since, if you could hear the crinkling of the cellophane. Now, I'm going to use a screwdriver to get this open. Voila! The shrink wrap or the cellophane has been broken. Trying to be careful not to rip the sticker here. There we go. I'll peel the sticker off of this cellophane in a minute, or I'll peel this off after the recording. Get that out of the camera there. Oh. I'll pick that up later. Oh, apparently the DVD came out of its holder, but there we go. Look at that. Here's the discs. Here's the DVD. Nice light blue. Nice shot of Thomas there pulling the mail train there. That's the DVD. And here's the Blu-ray. Look at that. Nice gold color there. Wish the Blu-ray was in a color blue there, and this, of course, being in yellow. Well, what are you going to do? The colors are placed on the discs, so these artworks for the discs looks pretty good. Now there's one more thing we should take a look at. Carefully take the Blu-ray out. Same goes for the DVD. Look at this. We got a nice picture artwork of the human characters here. Mr. C. Jr., Burnett Stone, Lily, and Mr. Conductor there. Or their actors, Alec Baldwin, Mara Wilson, and Peter Fonda. And of course, if anybody else wants to know who Mr. C. Jr.'s actor is, it's Michael E. Rogers. That way you guys can know who he is. And not just say Mr. C. Jr., but you can call him whatever you want. Anyways, Let's put the discs back in the case. Here's the DVD. And here's the Blu-ray. So there you have it, folks. Would have been nice if it came with a slipcover, but I can let that go. It looks pretty nice without it. And let's not also forget the Canadian DVD copy of the film. I wish I could do a DVD menu or a Blu-ray menu for both of these copies of the film. Well, we can do that some other time, folks. Anyways, that's our unboxing video for the Blu-ray copy of Thomas and the Magic Railroad here. So please stay tuned for the next unboxing video, everybody. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good day, everybody. Peace.